Oh yeah, you spotted her, huh? What's up, everybody? It's your two favorite Plata people. That's right, two, me and Space Bun. So we are on our way right now to the DMV. We have a friend that's looking to get his license, and I told him I'd let him practice on the 400 at the DMV. But on our way there, Space Bun and I got nominated for the 7 Questions Challenge by FeedOnSpeed. And I'll put the card right here to her channel, somewhere over here. So these are 7 questions that just kind of help you get to know us a little bit better. We'll each do the 7 questions. I'll go first. So question 1, what's question 1? What motivated me to buy my first motorcycle? I think we already talked about it a little bit in a previous video, but I always grew up liking motorcycles. My dad had a motorcycle when I was growing up. I really fell in love with them when I was my early teens, and my dream bike would be a 2004 Ninja ZX6R. But what motivated me to actually get one finally was I was working at a shop, and one of the guys on my team had a bike, and another guy was talking about wanting to get one, and they made it just sound so easy to get your license and to get a bike, and it turns out it really was. So that's how I got my first bike. Question 2, what kind of riding do I prefer? Twisties, straight, solo, or in a group? I really like twisties. Where I started riding in California, there was a canyon not too far away and had some really great riding. So I really like the twisties. However, if I'm in a group, I would prefer just around town, because it's kind of cool to just mob around and you know, hang out in a group around town. And you can't really do that when you're, you know, single file going through the twisties. So twisties, yes. City streets in a group, good. Okay, question 3, what's my favorite kind of trip? Day, weekend, or longer? So I would prefer a day trip. When I first started riding again, I went on a day trip with my uncle through the whole Sierra Nevadas, and that was a lot of fun. So I would prefer a day trip. Question 4, what is my favorite ride destination? So I've been riding most of the time here in Vegas, but my favorite destination was, again, back when I was in California. After work, me and some friends, we would go up to Placerville through Highway 49 and ride through the windy roads over there. Question 5, what is the biggest lesson motorcycling has taught me? The biggest lesson is don't lane split 30 miles faster than the traffic around you. But no, I think a big lesson is, I said it in the previous video, just because you have the right of way doesn't mean you have to exercise it. It's better to be alive than it is to be right and dead. Question 6, any words of wisdom for someone looking to get into riding? I would have to say, again, what I just said. Don't always exercise your right of way if you don't have to. A car is going to win 100% of the time. Keep your head on a swivel and always be cautious of what's around you. Don't lose your focus. And last but not least, question 7. I think you already know what my answer is going to be. Question 7, what is my next big destination ride? And Space Bun guessed this one just now. She did not know my answers previously. She guessed it right on the, nailed it right on the head. I want to go to California, to Trabuco Canyon, and visit the Trabuco General Store and see Bob, the little mannequin guy there. If you guys watch Suburban Delinquent, I'll put his card up here in the screen here. he often goes to Trabuco General Store, and there's a mannequin there that people leave him stickers and notes and cash sometimes, and I want to go visit Bob. So that's my response to the 7 questions challenge. And now once we get to the DMV and I start helping my friend, Space Bun will take over and she'll answer her questions.
Okay, so now it's my turn to do the questions. I know Kricket already did his, so first question is, what motivated me to buy my first motorcycle? So I think we've talked about this in previous videos, but and a lot of you may already know, but the reason I got my motorcycle is because I wanted to ride with Kricket. I thought it would be a lot of fun for us to ride together, because I know that he'd been talking about getting his bike for a couple years, and then we just finally bought his, and I was like, okay, time to get mine. And it was about a month later before we got his. So that's kind of why I wanted to get my first bike. Second question, what kind of riding do I prefer? Twisty, straight, solo, or group? So for me, obviously since I'm not as experienced, I prefer straight, just because I'm not comfortable in my leans. And then I haven't done solo yet because I have my permit, so I don't think I'd even ever feel comfortable riding solo. So I do prefer groups, or of course, you know, riding with Kricket. Question 3, what is my favorite trip? Day, weekend, or longer? So of course, right now I prefer just day trips because they're short and my seat gets really uncomfortable after a while. But eventually I want to get over to weekend trips, which would be awesome to do with Kricket, for us to go on a long trip. Question 4, what is my favorite ride destination? So right now okay, so question 4, what is my favorite ride destination? So you've seen it in some videos when we're riding past it. I think there's one video where we actually stopped up there, made a little loop-de, and then went back on the road. But I love stopping up there because at night especially, we've done it 1 or twice, although I'm not supposed to ride at night, you can see the whole valley and it looks amazing up there. Question 5, what is the biggest lesson motorcycling has taught me? So I think for me it's just being super cautious. Not that I wasn't before, but riding a motorcycle, you're just hyper aware of everything around you, especially because you have to be aware of how you're riding, how other people are driving around you. So I think that's super important to be aware of. Number 6, any words of wisdom for someone looking at getting into riding? I know everybody has their differing opinions on this, but I think it's super important to wear all the proper gear when riding, especially because you may hear it a lot. The phrase comes up often, but just for the slide, not the ride. And I've seen so many people where they've gone down, and even if they're wearing gear, it can be pretty serious. But can you imagine without gear? You'll have road rash, and just it's a tough thing. So always make sure that you're wearing the proper gear. And then 7, what is my next big destination ride? I know Kricket mentioned it in his, and just to go along with my previous answer for what is my favorite type of trip, I think it would just to be going on a weekend trip with Kricket. So I don't have a specific destination, but going on a long trip would be my next wish. So yeah, home. So everybody, I miss riding with Kricket. I miss being on the videos with you guys. Hopefully you don't miss my horrible singing, but bye.
Alright, you guys, we're all done practicing for today. Hopefully you guys liked Space Bun's portions of the questions. I have no idea what she said. And whatever she said, it's not true. Don't listen to a word she said. Babe, don't laugh. That was the death wobble. I almost died. So yesterday when I was recording, I did nominate 3 other moto vloggers to do the same challenge. However, I noticed that Lei the Rogue nominated one of the same people that we were going to nominate, Joy on a Bike. So I've come back out here and redo that. So there's 3 people we'd like to nominate for the 7 questions challenge. First one is MC Muppet. He's starting his channel soon. He's getting all his stuff in order to get it up and running. So I challenge him to do a 7 questions video as one of his first posts. Second person I'd like to nominate is Ride Rad. He's a new moto vlogger. You may have seen him in a previous video. He's here locally in Las Vegas as well. So I'd like to challenge him. And then the third person, since we can't nominate Joy on a Bike, thanks Lei the Rogue. Third person is another Las Vegas local. His YouTube channel is Omar with an I. And we've ridden with him a few times, and he's one of the regulars that comes out on our group rides. Anyway, so he started his channel recently, and he hasn't put out a video in a while, so hopefully this will kind of push him to do a video. So Omar with an I, we challenge you. But on that note, if you like today's video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more, go ahead and hit subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment below, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, wait. We now have a Twitter account. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at Kricket Space Bun. No and in the middle. Just at Kricket Space Bun. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Waggle, 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 waggle.